Show that gets you ready for the week of football that lays ahead. As back, the Cup of Dreams is also started. It's back for the 2024 season. Dreams will be realized, dream hearts will be broken. The Cup of Dreams, many call it. It's the Nedbank Cup, and of course, first show of the season. All things football has returned. Good afternoon, welcome to it. I'm a pure Hojo. Great to bring you this episode for the first for the year 2024. Please remember to like the page, All Things Football with a pure like, comment, and share the video if you can on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. I'm Avavoto. That's AMAVO. Rather, ROTO. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications of new episodes every Saturday. Here's what you can expect as far as your calendar for the year 2024, although it's a bit late. The DSTV Premiership started on the 16th of February after the midweek fixtures were postponed due to players returning Wednesday on Valentine's Day from the AFCON in World Run until the 25th of May. And of course, the English Premier League will resume until the 19th of May. Champions League was back also on the 13th and will go run until the final in Wembley on the 1st of June. FA Cup resumes until the 25th of May, while the Nedbank Cup, which started on Tuesday the 20th, will run until the 1st of June. And of course, not forgetting the UEFA European Championship, or the European Cup, if you like, which will run from the 14th of June to the 14th of July, taking place in Germany. On to your news making headlines in the world of football. The former Bafana coach in Carlos Queiroz has turned down an offer to take on the vacant Algerian national team post. The 70-year-old Mozambican mentor Portuguese mentor, I beg your pardon, is no stranger to African football, having no stranger to Africa whatsoever, having previously coached Bafana, leading them to the 2002 World Cup, and of course Egypt, who he led to the last installment in Cameroon, the 2021 installment of AFCON, which they lost on penalties to Senegal. The Confederation of still talking Africa. The Confederation of African Football has applied disciplinary action towards players during the tournament, with the likes of Mali and Senegal national teams both fined, while Senegalese player Krepton Diatta has been suspended for 4 games, 2 of which were suspended after accusing the match officials of corruption in their loss to Cote d'Ivoire, penalty shootout loss to Cote d'Ivoire in the round of 16. The 24-year-old was called out, as it was stated that he was bringing the game into disrepute, following his comments on the other side, Mali captain Harami Traore has also been found guilty of harassing the referee after his sides lost and the last minute of extra time to Ivory Coast, to the host, and after the second period of extra time, after the game was 1-1 throughout, forcing extra time, a game which the host came from behind to win 2-1 right at injury time, extra time, and both parties have been liable to fines, with Diatta fined roughly $5,000, which is around 94,400 in South African rands, while Traore was fined $10,000, which is 199,000 rand. The Senegal Mali national team has also been fined 94,000 rand in South African rands, which is $5,000. Morocco Swallows have confirmed that Coach Steve Komphela has vacated his post, leaving as recently leaving Musa Nyatama, who's the assistant, to resume duties on an interim basis. Now, if you watch the game, the loss of Polokwane City the odd goal loss at the Dobsonville Stadium. The 56-year-old mentor was not in the dugout during the Birds' loss, and is likely to return to Golden Arrows. Now, in a statement to the media that was made on the 19th of February, which was on Monday, and it was stated that both Morocco Swallows and coach Steve Compella have agreed to part on amicable terms. And I quote, Morocco Swallows FC and coach Steve Compella have agreed to part to a mutual separation. This comes after several discussions between both parties, where it was ultimately agreed that it would be in the best interest of both the club and coach to separate at this stage. There remains a mutual respect between both parties to separate as one. Both parties are both to separate, and there remains a mutual respect between both parties, and the decision to separate is one both parties have welcomed. The club wishes the coach all the best in his future endeavors, and we are grateful for the contribution he has made to the club. The coach Steve has also expressed gratitude to the club and has wished us well. On the other side, into on still on other news, Kuliso Modao's agent Steve Kapelishnik has opened up on his clients rather possible move to Europe after impressing during the Africa Cup of Nations. Now the agent has stated that as much as there's interest in the 28-year-old, yes, there's interest, but no formal offer has been tabled for the defender. No formal offer has been tabled, despite the likes of Premier League side Burnley and Belgian side Genk, which his late former teammate and Alain played for in Belgium. But watch for all things football to stay up to date with the happenings of that story. The 2025 AFCON is said to take place in July, and August after an agreement with CAF was made between the two as associations. Agreement was made with CAF as both associations and CAF and the Moroccan Football Association next year. However, CAF President and Dr. Petrus Motsepe has refused to divulge details on the happenings of the tournament. Furthermore, playing it in June and July will result in the tournament clashing with the FIFA Club World Cup, which has since been expanded to 32 teams. This also leaves organizers with very little time to organize a tournament, to organize a qualifying tournament, which will start in January. And of course, they proposed a move. The proposed date for next year's AFCON is 20 July to 16 August, while the 2027 installment of the tournament will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. The first to be co-hosted by three nations, while the first one and the third one to be co-hosted, with the first one dating back to Nigeria and Ghana in 2000, and of course 2012 Ghana and Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. News just in is that the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations proposed dates are 20 July and 17 August, and the game due to the Club World Cup, which will take place from 15 June to 13 July in the United States. The competition will be played in 6 cities, namely Tangier, Casablanca, Rabat, Agadir, Marrakesh, and Fez. In the recent draw that was made, to preliminary round draw that was made in Cairo on Tuesday. Somalia will take on Eswatini, and Sao Tome and Principe will take on South Sudan. Chad will take on Mauritius. Djibouti will welcome Liberia. Second leg, which kicks off from 20 to 26 March, as will involve Eswatini taking on Somalia, and the return leg, South Sudan will host Sao Tome, while Mauritius will take on Chad, and Liberia will welcome Djibouti. Here's what happened last week, dating back to the 17th of February. As far as the results are concerned, we start from the 17th. DStv Premiership. Chippa United played their first game at the Buffalo City Stadium. Both sides could not be separated. Chippa United and Cape Town City, that is, playing to a 1-0 draw. Morocco Swallows fell short, playing by that odd goal to Polokwane City. Sekhukhune United winning by 3-1 against Richards Bay. A second win for Cape Town Spurs against Amazulu, winning by 3-1. Morocco Swallows, Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns' Marcelo Allende goal was cancelled out by Tapelo Koke from the penalty spot, despite finishing with 10 men after Miguel Tim was sent off after getting a second bookable offence. Royal AM and Kaiser Chiefs could not be separated, playing to a goalless stalemate. Morocco's TLHS Galaxy came from a goal down to beat Golden Arrows 3-1. TSG in the English Premier League, Liverpool proved too strong for Brentford, beating them by 4-1. Burnley putting 5 past Arsenal, putting 5 past Burnley with no reply. To Newcastle and Bournemouth could not be separated, playing to a 2-2 draw. Fulham and Aston Villa. Aston Villa proving too strong for Fulham, beating them by 2-1, while Nottingham Forest beat West Ham by 2-0. Tottenham fell short at home to the Wolves by 2-1, while Man City and Chelsea also could not be separated, playing to a 1-1 draw. Sunday, we saw Brighton putting 5 past Sheffield United with no reply, while Man City's Erasmus Highland double gave Man United a win by 2-1. And Monday, Everton and Palace also could not be separated, playing to a 1-0 draw. Tuesday, we saw Brentford and falling short to Man City at the Etihad through a Haaland goal. Wednesday, we saw Liverpool beating Luton Town by 4-1, coming from a goal down. Champions League results midweek, we saw PSV Eindhoven and Dortmund playing to a 1-0 draw. And Inter Milan beating Atletico Madrid by that 1-0 scoreline at San Siro. Porto and Arsenal, a late goal from Arsenal a late goal from Porto in the 86th minute beat Arsenal by that odd goal. Napoli and Barcelona could not be separated, playing to a 1-0 draw in a Maradona derby. The Nedbank Cup kicked off on Tuesday, the 20th. La Masia falling short by 6-1 at the hands of Mamelodi Sundowns, which saw Gaston Sirona get a hat-trick. SuperSport United needed a penalty shootout to beat Cape Town City by 3-1. Highlands Park also fell short in the penalty shootout after a 1-0 draw in 120 minutes, losing by 5-4. University of Pretoria knocked out Cape Town Spurs by an odd goal. Amazulu and Royal AM. Amazulu also winning by that odd goal. And Stellies beating Pretoria Colours by 3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw in the 120 minutes, while Arrows fell short to TS Galaxy again by 2-1. Here's what you can expect this today. Platinum City Rovers take on Morocco Swallows. Ravens take on Spain, while JDR take on Hungry Lions. Crystal Lake welcome Orlando Pirates, while Polokwane City travel to Richards Bay. Sunday sees Maritzburg United take on Paul United in a battle of the United. DHNL take on Madrid Stars. NC Professionals take on Chippa United, while Kaiser Chiefs welcome Milford. Premier League fixtures, Chelsea and Tottenham has been postponed due to Chelsea's Carabao Cup final commitments. Crystal Palace take on Burnley, Aston Villa take on Nottingham Forest, Manchester United welcome Fulham at Old Trafford, Brighton take on Everton, Bournemouth host Man City, while Arsenal's late kickoff will be the last one for Saturday against Newcastle at the Emirates. Sunday we'll only see Wolves taking on Sheffield United. Well, on Monday, we'll see a London derby between Brentford and traveling to struggling Hammers, who've had 3 losses recently. Carabao Cup final on the 25th. Kickoff for that fixture is at 5:30 between Chelsea and Liverpool at the Wembley Stadium. Your midweek fixtures for the week, DStv Premiership fixtures: Sundowns will come Amazulu Wednesday. Cape Town City and SuperSport United will renew their rivalry, while Cape Golden Arrows will welcome Kukuna United, and we end midweek fixtures on Friday with Stellenbosch welcoming Chippa United. And that's all we have time for this episode of first of the year 2024. All Things Football is back. Please remember to like and share the episode. Remember to like the page. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube for more episodes, hit the subscribe button, and of course ring the bell for notifications of new episodes on Saturdays regularly. We're back again. Join us again next week for another episode of All Things Football. Until then, let's give it a name and call it a day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.